All right, today we're back at Element Arms, and today we're talking to Paul, and he's going to show us some of the prepping items that they keep in stock here at Element Arms. So,
all the prepping items at Element Arms, which is kind of a growing field of the firearms deal that kind of been going hand in hand a lot lately, is we have the eFoods, which is a 25-year shelf life, and mostly soups and that style of product. They do have milk, granola, cornbread muffin mix, pancake mix, all your general items. We also just added, amongst the eFoods, we added Wise Company to our food product also. And they have very tasty freeze-dried meals that also, I believe, are good for 25 years.
you've tried these yourself?
I have tried both of these. They're both very, very good. A bit salty, but I assume that's something that's making them preserve for that long.
Sure.
Or they're putting it in for your daily intake of sodium in it. I'm sure that will be amped up in any kind of a preparedness disaster or something like that. You'd be out working, if a tornado hit, you'd be out sawing trees and doing all kinds of general outdoor activity.
Right.
So you would need a little bit more salt intake, which it's not too bad. It's like it's not any worse than like your Hamburger Helper or anything like that. We also have Thrive, and we can order in any of that. We can order in any of these products in more bulk if people wish.
And this is freeze-dried fruit.
This is freeze-dried fruit. They have brownies for desserts. They have also they have your different groups, which is fruits, dairy, meat and beans, and like they have desserts, but then they usually have your different tags on there for
Representing the food groups.
representing the food group. Yep.
Excellent.
We also have Sam and Andy here.
Looks like you carry an abundance of this.
We do. It's catching on more and more. Probably at no other time. I bet people who just have preparedness stores are doing very well. We do pretty darn well with it, and this is just a small selection of what we can get. If you want to order in a year's supply or something like that, you absolutely can order that.
Okay.
We tend to just have everything for people to try and kind of get gradually add to anything that they typically have, like they already have canned goods down in the basement or something to that effect.
Well, that's how most people, I think, acquire most of their prepping items.
Sure.
Is a little bit at a time over an extended amount of time.
That's the best way to do it. It seems like with the economy and different stuff that it's people come in here and they say, well, I'd kind of like to get prepared a lot more. You get that a lot more typically as people kind of starting at square one and
Sure, a little more
or
worry
even
thoughts.
camping or backpacking. It doesn't have to be, like I tell people, it doesn't have to be all out Armageddon to
Right.
prepare for things that we see every day. Like we're gonna have winter storms here. Pennsylvania, my buddy comes from Pennsylvania. He just had a bad one where they had power they were without power for a week on the East Coast there. So
Well, sure, and like Katrina and some of these other natural disasters that have happened that,
sure,
you might be shit out of luck, even if it's for a week or two, but
correct.
it's
And
good to
if
have
you-
something.
If you prepare for all the little eventualities of life, like loss of job, all your typical stuff, eventually, although Armageddon probably wouldn't be too huge of a problem for you, at least
Right.
for a while too, so, and it gets you through. It's just, it's an actual life insurance, really. Life insurance isn't really life insurance, it's death insurance.
Yeah.
Whereas this is actually kind of a life insurance, so.
That makes sense.
We do carry the very delicious CMMG tactical bacon too, which is pretty.
If shit hits the
Pretty
fan and you
good.
don't have your tactical bacon, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Everybody knows that.
It's very good, actually. You kind of wonder about bacon coming out of the can, but then you're very surprised. You're like, oh, that is very good. So,
And this is distilled water?
yep. It's just emergency drinking water. Comes in the pouches.
Perfect.
Has a
Nice
quite a long
small-
shelf life on those usually too. So,
Small, lightweight, independent containers.
yeah, correct.
Very cool. Well, thanks for showing us around.
Yep, not a problem.